Okay, so my prompt this week is about the pros and cons of self-driving cars. How soon do the experts say they will be fully operational across the United States, and what implications will this have for us as drivers and passengers? So I'm going to start by opening my trusty friend Google and looking for the benefits of, let's start with the benefits. Benefits of self-driving cars. Because I want to know. So 20 pros and cons, Auto Vital, the massive economic benefits of self-driving cars. Economic benefits. We like economic benefits. Okay. Continue article. The massive economics. I don't want to turn this blog into all self-driving cars all the time, but there is one question I've heard about self-driving cars multiple times in the last few weeks that I really want to answer. That is, why would self-driving cars even be a big deal? So I think this kind of answers what implication will this have for us as drivers and passengers. It kind of has some implications on that. So it talks about how many people annually, on average, die in car accidents. When I hear people say that autonomous cars won't work, I want to ask, compared to what? Obviously, as humans, we make mistakes, and that's why car accidents happen. So a lot of these are due to the fact that we are human. Then there are non-deadly crashes, the NHTSA. I wonder what that is, the NHTSA. We're going to hold on to that and look it up in a little bit. Several tier of car crash injuries with estimated costs. These range from 26. See, for me, I think that automated driving might be a bit of a con for this purpose, for the monetary purpose. Like, a lot of mechanics make a lot of money due to car accidents. Insurance companies make a lot of money due to car accidents. So I wonder what the economic effect on them would be. Rather than the economic effect on us for not getting in the accidents. Times when the car will be free to do stuff other than driving. I don't know that that's a pro or a con. I mean, I think it's a pro in terms of, there's a lot of distracted driving happening these days, and many of the reasons that a lot of accidents happen, we have all seen the, text can wait, or no texting and driving, or it can wait, those different ad ideas that, try to cut down on the amount of distracted driving that occurs. Let's see. Divorce. Okay, that is not going to be helpful to me. All right, so let's go back to, what is that NHTSA place? NHTSA. And we'll add automated driving. Automated driving systems from NHTSA. Well, what is NHTSA? The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. So it looks like a group devoted to highway traffic safety. What types of vehicles? Automation levels is voluntary guidance focus on. Voluntary guidance. And it doesn't say anything about automated driving. Let's see. A vision for safety. I can imagine that automated driving would be, for the safety of those on the road. Executive summary. Table of contents. System safety. Operational design domain. I wonder what the cost is to make these automated driving systems, and what that means, like what that would mean economically. Are just your average everyday Americans going to be able to afford this technology, or so like the levels of self-automation, so no automation obviously is at zero, that we're actually driving our vehicles, and then we kind of get into the full automation where the vehicle is able to do everything for us. I know that my current car has a lot of like lane keep assist and accident, awareness braking or accident avoiding braking or something like that. Um, and like my husband loves the automated cruise control that slows down and speeds up according to whether there's something in front of you doing the correct speed. So I found this video from the Washington Post about no, it's called the Switch. Oh, it is from the Washington Post though. So driverless cars, the pros and cons. Let's see what this is all about. Play video.
Over 20 million kids lack access to healthy food. With
financing gotta love the ad before the video starts.
Revolution Foods is making chef-crafted, kid-friendly meals accessible to children everywhere. See more at city.com/progressmakers.
Self-driving cars. Are they really safe? Will they be affordable? And will they really usher in a whole new era in transportation and mobility? Cars that can drive themselves seem like the stuff of science fiction, but they're quickly becoming reality. With companies like Tesla already putting some limited models on the roads, most experts believe the first fully autonomous vehicles could hit the road in 5 to 10 years.
5 to 10 years from now, it's 2027. Between 2022 and 2027?
And Ford are investing heavily in this space too, testing advanced sensor packages and programming that draws on artificial intelligence. Critics say the technology is unproven and will lead to complicated new questions about liability, insurance, or civil liberties.
These are some of the questions that I was asking earlier about insurance and all that stuff.
Like truck drivers, taxi operators, potentially affecting entire generations of skilled labor. People
that's
already beginning to
great questions too. How does that affect
Back in May, a Tesla driver was killed when his car, which had its autopilot feature
job field economically? Like, how does that affect bus drivers and taxi drivers and other transportation individuals?
Leading to concerns that the technology isn't mature enough. It's important to point out here that Tesla's autopilot is not an example of a fully self-driving car. It's more like an advanced cruise control that can stay within a lane and detect obstacles around the vehicle. To help categorize technology like this, the government has defined several levels of automation ranging from level 0, which is a completely dumb car, to level 4, which involves total automation and is a lot more like what Google is trying to do with its self-driving vehicle. At the same time,
I still want to know more about like the economics of it all. What is this about? Oh, this one. Unbelievable benefits and drawbacks. So we know the benefits are like, driving is a human thing and we make mistakes, and so a computer doing it for us is bound to make less mistakes. Eases congestion. Let's see, drawbacks. It's expensive. It says for now, however, most companies have not released a price for their driverless cars. So they say that it can improve economics, but they don't say how much it's potentially going to cost. It doesn't make any sense to me. Potential for technology to go wrong, that makes sense to me. Like computers, they can be faulty, and you still have to know how to use the technology to drive the car or to make the car drive itself. So you still have to have a level of knowledge of how to use it. Licensing infrastructure not in place. Potential for greater pollution. Getting out of your car at the front of a movie theater without needing to park sounds good in theory. Emissions would be worse than your car idling while you watch the movie. That makes sense. Potential loss of privacy. Claim all pros and no cons. Using a self-driving car means a third party would have the opportunity to track your movements. A massive loss of privacy exists because your car will be receiving or communicating with data centers. Oh, that's an interesting con that I did not think about. Which is like how the car is driving itself. Like what technology is it using to drive itself? It's not just going to magically drive itself just because. It has to be connected to something. Let's see what else we got here. We'll go back to the question really quick. How soon do experts say that the United States... So I started to get into this question here. I kind of want to go back to this one. How soon do the experts say they'll be fully operational? So when will there be self-driving cars in the U.S.? Let's just go to this first one and see what they say. The timeline of when self-driving cars will be on the road according to the people making them. That's good to know. Do they have like an actual timeline? 2020, Toyota, 21, BMW, and Ford. Lyft co-founder John Zimmer. Oh, I'm interested in that. Like there's Lyft drivers, but what if there was driverless Lyft vehicles? That would be something interesting.